My husband Michael looked me dead in the eyes last night while I was loading the dishwasher after getting our kids fed, and my mom settled in her room and said I'm done living like a guest in my own house. If you really loved me, you'd stop prioritizing everyone else over me. I actually stopped mid-motion with a plate in my hand and just stared at him. Because what the hell kind of thing is that to say to your wife who's been running herself into the ground for the past 3 months, taking care of everyone including him? My mom Anne has stage 4 cancer. Stage 4. She's 67 years old and the doctors gave her maybe 6 months back in October and she didn't want to die in some facility, so I brought her to live with us. Our house. The house Michael and I bought together 5 years ago, where we're raising our 2 kids, Ava who's 8 and Carlos who's 6. For 3 months I've been doing everything. Waking up at 5 a.m. to help my mom with her morning routine before the kids wake up. Getting Ava and Carlos ready for school. Making breakfast for everyone. Taking my mom to her appointments twice a week. Managing her medications, which is like a full-time job by itself because there's so many and they have to be timed perfectly. Picking the kids up from school. Making dinner. Helping with homework. Getting my mom settled for bed. Doing laundry and cleaning and grocery shopping, and all of it while also working part-time from home as a medical transcriptionist. And Michael works a normal 9 to 5 as an accountant and comes home and acts like he's doing me a favor by existing in the same house. So when he said that to me, I asked him what exactly he means by living like a guest, because from where I'm standing, he's living like a king with a wife who does literally everything. He said, that's exactly the problem. I do everything for everyone except him. I put the plate down and asked him to explain what he needs from me that he's not getting. He started going on about how we haven't had a date night in months, and when we do talk, it's just me complaining about being overwhelmed. I told him I'm overwhelmed because I am. I'm caring for a dying woman who happens to be my mother, while also raising our kids and keeping our household running. He said he understands it's hard, but he didn't sign up to have his mother-in-law living with them indefinitely. I reminded him she's not living here indefinitely. She's dying here, and it's only been 3 months. He said 3 months feels like 3 years when your wife barely looks at you anymore. I actually laughed. Not a happy laugh. One of those laughs where you're so tired and so done that you don't even know what else to do. I asked him if he's seriously jealous of my dying mother and our young children who need their mom. He said he's not jealous. He's just lonely in his own marriage. Michael tried to grab my hands, and I pulled away because I was elbow deep in dishwater, and also because I was angry. He said we need to talk about this seriously, and I said fine, let's talk. He said maybe we should look into getting my mom into a nursing home or hospice care because this situation isn't sustainable for our marriage. I told him my mom has maybe 3 or 4 months left if we're lucky, and she specifically asked to die at home surrounded by family, not in some sterile facility. He said he's sorry about my mom, but our marriage has to come first. I asked him what marriage exactly, because from where I'm standing, I'm the only one in it who's actually doing anything. He got defensive and said he works full-time and pays most of the bills. I reminded him I work too and do everything else around here. He said his job is demanding, and when he comes home he needs his wife, not a stressed-out caregiver who barely acknowledges him. That's when I really lost it. Told him I barely acknowledge him, because I'm exhausted from keeping 3 people alive and 2 children functioning, while he sits on the couch watching sports and